Hello everybody, Jeff here, and today I'd like to talk to you about, well, it's the people, stupid. What I mean is, uh, there's an old saying in politics, it's the economy, stupid, meaning what people are mostly want to hear about is the economy. Well, what is the economy? It's basically the status of people buying and selling things. People are earning money, they have jobs, they buy things, which means then companies build things and they sell things, and that flow of money is the economy in simple terms. So, why do I say it's the people stupid, not the economy stupid? Well, what I mean is for there to be an economy, the people need to be doing okay. You wind the clock back, a number of decades, the economy was much healthier. People were earning they were earning more, which meant they had more money, which meant they had more disposable income, which then a number of things could happen. You could actually have one person being a stay-at-home caregiver and one income could provide for the family. Great, wonderful. It was because people earn more, relatively. If you factor in inflation, they had more money, which was great. Then again, we had more money for the economy to be spent in the economy. As we are now, the economy is not doing so well, and despite how much those in power say, no, it's fine, you're doing great, you just don't know how good you have it, so shut up, don't talk about it, don't say anything's bad, because they believe if they keep, and I mean politicians and central planners, mainly politicians, they believe if you keep telling people that everything's fine, that they have money, they will spend money. But of course, what I'm saying is, hey, dum-dum, if people don't have money, they won't spend it. Oh, that's fine, they're just getting more debt. No, because people shouldn't be in debt. There's some debt, fine. I mean, if you want to buy a house, okay. Cars are really expensive, so you pretty much can't buy one without a loan. But then people end up buying a new car as soon as they've finished paying off the loan. It's a weird thing, which is then why did you pay money to buy the car? Because it's an odd. My truck is a 2012 F-150 that I bought in 2013 January. Got a good deal on it. Now, I don't drive it all that much. I move my trailer once a week. I go check, I'll be doing that this afternoon. I go to do my weekly shopping, check my mail from a local mailbox place, and that's pretty much what I do. I do my, circles, my errands that, Friday afternoons, and then once a month, I'll go get gas to top up the tank, and then I'll do my laundry at the same time. Woohoo. Occasionally I go visit friends. But my point is that, again, for you to have an economy, people need to be doing well, meaning they need to have money and have extra money, have money to spend, not just buy on just the bare essentials, which is where we're at now, because income has not been keeping up with inflation. And that, again, as I've said, that is by design, because our entire economic system is designed that the people, the average little guy, average person, they have to be the absorber of inflation. And if you're rich, you can do that because, you can just simply charge more, whatever, you have more money, so it doesn't impact you as much as if you have very little. And this cycle keeps going, where people make less and less and less because their money is their income is eat up by inflation, until it gets to a point where it just doesn't work anymore, and you end up in currency endgame. Then you have to switch to a new type of currency. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're pushing for. That's part of the reason why, and my theory is that the overreaction to the COVID was to flood the world with all these extra currency, so as to give us the inflation crisis we have now, and we are about to head into it again because the central bankers are going, oh, look, everything's fine. We need to help spur the economy, so we're going to lower rates, which means more money creation because money is created by loans. And so then inflation takes off again into a second bout, and people's wages do not keep up. And anytime you see unions striking to say, we want our wages to keep up with inflation, you have workers who are jealous going, why should you get paid that much more? And business going, well, then we're just going to have to raise prices, so screw you little guys, and well, then we're just going to have to lay up a big swath of you, so it's your fault because you should have just accepted less. And here's me going, okay, let's say, for example, we did that. Businesses would lose because you would have less business because people have less money. If the people have less money, they spend less because they don't have the money to spend. And they realize, do I really need that new shirt? No, I like it, but I don't need it. I need to eat, need to have put gas in the car to go to work. So I need to go to work. I can walk to this store. I can start walking more. I can take the bike more. Find ways to economize, which then is spending less in the economy, which is then deflationary, but not really, because prices come down, but not a ton, nowhere near back to where it used to be. Such is the problem. So to fix the economy, we need to fix it so that people have more money. And again, how do we do that? By transitioning to a monetary system which protects your purchasing power. If you do that, if nothing else happened, if none of my other changes happened, we could fix the country just by that. But they're not going to, because they want to go the other way, to a currency which completely takes away your rights and is completely digital, which means they have complete control over it. The quick way to explain central bank digital currencies is, imagine if the only way anyone had, like the only thing that was money, what everybody had to have a bank account at either the Fed or the Bank of Canada, right, respectively, for your central bank. Everybody had to have a bank account there. There was no bills, there was no coins. The only currency was what's in that bank account. So if you would just simply transfer money back and forth between my bank account to your bank account, that's it. Great. Well, now you have the situation where your central bank, I mean more nondescript, or the government who owns and controls the central bank, then can see what you're spending, and they can then further, through software, say they need to look into and have more input over the company's banking computer system, so they can see exactly what you're buying, and they can sit there and then turn around and control to say, oh, well, we need you buying less beef because cow farts, and so therefore you can buy 3 pounds of beef per month, either whether you're buying a burger or you buy in a pound of beef or whatever, or steak or roast or anything, or even that chili dog, they measure how much beef they put in there, and so you hit a limit, and sooner or later you're going to go, oh, that's it, can't buy any more beef because, well, you hit your limit. And the government gets to tell you what you can buy and how much you can buy, which is the exact opposite of what we need. We need a free and fair market, open market. Yeah, you need certain regulations to make sure that, for example, the beef is safe, is healthy, has been properly looked after. We need health and safety regulations. We need the government to be a referee, okay, but not a mother, not a nanny. You don't need government looking over your shoulder. You need freedom to do and choose what you want to do, as long as you're not impacting somebody else's freedom. Freedom is good. That's where we need to go, but that's not the direction that the governments want to take us. And so they're destroying the economy on purpose to push us towards authoritarianism. And people will say, "Oh, well, how would they do that?" So, they'll start with universal basic income, and then they'll start get you used to it. It'll be wonderful. They'll hand you. Imagine if the government says, we're just going to give you $2,000, $3,000 tax-free per month. That's it. There you go, $3,000. Well, that's amazing. Now you could spend your time strumming your guitar, working on your novel, doing all sorts of wonderful things. It's great. Well, one, that's a lot of money being put in the economy, so therefore it's inflationary by definition. But let's assume that doesn't happen. Let's just say magically there is no inflation. What will happen is then you'll get used to it, and you'll like it, and so then they'll put more strings on it. Well, to have that money, you have to do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, well, you have to obey these laws. Okay, you have to obey these things. You become more dependent on government. So therefore, you will do what they say when they say how they say it, because you'll be more accustomed and used to government providing for you, government telling you what you can and cannot do, rather than you learning not to do something because that was a mistake and there's a bad outcome. By experience, figuring things out, by the freedom to make good decisions, the freedom to make bad decisions, and you as a person understanding that you had to take the courage to deal with the outcome. So that's random a bit, but basically, if you want freedom and if you want the economy to actually rebound and thrive, you need to focus. We as a society and a country need to focus on getting the people to have more disposable income. Period. Then they'll have more money to spend. You'll have more money for the economy, and they also will need less social services. They'll need food banks less. They'll need any number of social programs and social services and charities less because they will be able to be more self-reliant and self-sufficient. And that's not what authoritarians want, which is those who are trying to shove us towards complete and total control. So at the end, if you want a healthy society, if you want a thriving, healthy economy, it's the people, stupid.